Hello and welcome to season 4 of A Day in the District. I'm your host, Chelsea Whittington. A Day in the District is a program designed to help you, the viewer, stay connected to your Gary Community School Corporation. And speaking of connections, we're making more today. Everybody knows about the wondrous success of the West Side Theater Guild. No season disappoints, and every year we are entertained and taken aback by the amazing talent that graces the stage here at 900 Jerry Street. Today we are talking to one of our community partners, author, playwright extraordinaire, Mr. Michael Woods, who will be bringing a production to the West Side Theater. And how could we possibly have a conversation about the West Side Theater Guild without its founder, Mr. Mark Spencer? Hello, Mark. Mr. Woods, how are you? May I call you Michael?
Absolutely.
So we have Michael and Mark. How are you?
Very well, Chelsea. It's a pleasure to see you.
It's a pleasure to see you and to meet you, Mr. Woods.
Pleasure is mine.
I
Thank
said
you.
Michael. I was supposed to say Michael.
You can say Michael.
I've been excited about having this segment on because I'm always excited about the West Side Theater Guild series and everything that we bring forth. But this time, you are a part of the party in that you have taken your book, The Garage, and it will now be presented as a production in the month of February here at the West Side Theater Guild. But before we jump into all those good, exciting tidbits, who is Michael Woods?
Michael Woods. Who am I?
Yes.
That's funny. Well, I'm a guy, a hardworking guy I'm a guy that loves to write and love people. That's who I really am. I'm a published poet. I like to write inspirational, motivational type stories to inspire people. That's who I am.
Are you from the area, Midwest? What are some of your roots and educational background and professions?
I'm actually from Chicago.
Okay.
Started from Chicago.
Our neighbors next door.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I've been living in Indiana now for about 10 years.
All right.
10 years.
Okay.
So this is home for me now, you know what I
Good.
mean?
Welcome.
So, and then when I came to Indiana, I met some nice people, really nice people. So my background though, I went to school. I went to University of Illinois, Circle campus, and from there, I went into I didn't think I would end up in, we get so caught up in life situations, meaning working for a living. And at one time, I was in the private security business.
Okay.
And from the private security business, from there, I went into a different industry. I went into what's called interior design business.
Oh, nice.
But always, no matter what type of ventures I was doing, I always had the desire to write.
Nice.
So God inspired me to write this story. This is an inspirational story that I think will motivate many people because it's a story about life.
Well, I'm just clutching and holding it because I just got this and I have to read it prior to the production. But I'm going to jump over here to Mark. Mark, I know you're just, starting to work with him, and you will find his creative genius is unmatched. Let me just go on record to say that. We all know that's factual. And I know that you took this, Mark, as a challenge. When somebody hands you their piece and their dream, it's delicate, right?
Very much
And
so.
I know that you work hard to work with the creatives to capture their vision.
Sure.
So what was that process like for you with Mr. Woods?
Well, it was a wonderful process, first and foremost, I would like to clarify. But beyond that, I have an SOP, a standard operating procedure, whenever I deal with playwrights and poets and creatives. You almost take the perspective as being an attorney in the courtroom, defending the work of this artist, defending the work of this individual accurately to the tone, to the timbre, to the vibe and the desire that they put forth. And it's a very, very delicate process to take that birthing, that baby, and to nurture it and make sure that it doesn't lose its coloration, it doesn't lose its truth. And that's in terms of representation, taking initially that text, that book, and converting it to I would say, stage material so that it could be performed on the boards, it's transformative.
Yeah.
It's going from cold water to hot.
Yeah.
And that process could be painful if you're not careful.
That's right.
And that's why with the SOP, I was very careful attempting to convert that to the stage piece. So that was exciting, and I think it was very beneficial. And here we are in prep to premiere this beautiful work on stage.
And here we are, like 2 weeks out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Michael,
Yes.
are you nervous? What are your thoughts around this?
You know,
Butterflies?
I wouldn't be honest if I didn't say I was. I'm a little nervous.
Okay.
Trust me, I'm a little nervous. But not nervous because of the fact that it's just more anxious and excited.
Yes.
More than anything, because I know it's a great story.
Yes.
And I've been blessed to have this great director sitting next to me over here on my left.
Tell me about
to bring this story to life.
So what is this story? Without giving everything away, because we know everybody is marking their calendars for February 22nd and 23rd to come to 900 Jerry Street. But you got to give them a teaser and a reason why to show up.
Okay. Well, first of all, I felt I was inspired by God to share a story that's about life. When I say about life, this is a story of dreams, aspirations. This is a story about a pastor that lost his faith. And we forget that pastors are human.
Yes.
He had a life crisis. Without giving the story away, I'm going to use the word life crisis. He's experiencing a life crisis in which it was very challenging to him. And he walked away from the church. He walked away from everything. And he was wandering the streets, and he ended up in an auto repair shop that we call the garage.
Aha.
Now, we know that God will find you anywhere. The tagline, if you notice that, lost in Greece, but found in grace. This is a story of ultimately about forgiveness. People don't realize when you forgive, you're not only forgiving that person, you're forgiving yourself.
Oh, I'm going to put a pin in it right there. It's getting good, and we're getting to wrap up this segment, but we're going to talk a little bit more about it. I'm holding the book. I'm just so excited, and Mark is going to give us more insight on how he was able to parlay that to the stage and who's actually going to be on stage bringing these characters to life. You are watching A Day in the District, a program designed to help you, the reader, you, the viewer, stay connected to your Gary Community School Corporation. Now, don't you go anywhere, because we have more conversation with Michael Woods. We'll be right back.
When you join the Army, the first thing they teach you is how to get in line. Not exactly the same in high school. When I enrolled in Westside Leadership Academy and joined ROTC, the first thing I learned was respect. Not just for God and country, but for myself.
Gary Schools, strong, resilient, built for education.
I said I'd never join.
Thought living on sub would be too hard.
I figured only the weatherman tracks storms.
I said my job wouldn't matter.
Never knew how strong I was. I never thought this would be my commute.
I figured I'd never get out of my hometown. Or be the one who stops an attack.
Joining the Navy sounds crazy. Saying never actually is.
Welcome back to A Day in the District, and I'm still your host, Chelsea Whittington, chatting with author, playwright Michael Woods and our Director of Fine Arts, Councilman Mark Spencer. You see how I had to throw that in there. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So we were getting into the nitty-gritty of The Garage, and if you're just tuning in, The Garage is based on a book which will be presented here at the Westside Theater Guild on Thursday, February 22nd and 23rd. And before we get back into the narrative, Mark, can you give us the dates and times so if somebody's just like trying to jot it down real quick?
Sure. The Garage will take place at the Westside Theater on Thursday, February 22nd at 7 p.m. And then Friday, the following night, February 23rd at 7 p.m.
Okay.
Yes, and we have opening artists to warm for the programming.
Oh,
going
you
right
always
into it.
do that, Mark. Thank
Yeah,
you.
It's going to be a very fun and informative night, I'm sure.
Yes, Westside Theater Guild never disappoints, and we in Gary and surrounding areas love to get dressed up for a night on the town, a night at the theater, if you will, and that's what the Westside Theater Guild provides for us. It's one of our gem of the arts here in Northwest Indiana. And Mark, before we jump back in, just talk a little bit about the things that have been done to the theater itself that make the theater experience even greater from
Sure.
renovation.
Yeah, we've been very fortunate to be able to pull out the bucket list, if you will.
Yes.
And the silver lining of COVID and other happenstances where we've had resources to put in place for capital projects. We were blessed to have all 2,000 of our seats to be basically reupholstered.
Yes.
They're basically new chairs.
Yes.
But,
and
yeah,
can I tell you, when we had the
anything you
young
wish.
men, we had a group of young men from the district come into the theater the other day.
Yeah.
And when I saw a young man like kind of pulling it, I was like, hold
Hey,
up.
mister.
I said, these chairs are new. These are Mark Spencer's chairs.
Mark Spencer's chairs.
No, but go on. I just,
that's very
we
kind.
hold that very near
Absolutely.
and dear.
This physical plant that we love so dearly was built in 1967, opened in 68, and we've gotten over 50 years out of those chairs. We're not going to derail the story going into the chairs, but they're steel chairs.
Yeah.
So individuals that care for these things and reupholster, they were in awe that they were in such great shape to begin with. But you know, the wear and tear of stuffings and whatnot. So they're basically new chairs. They're newly sprayed, new fabric. So they get another 50 years out of it. That's exciting to me.
Yes.
There's a wonderful mural that's been put in place, and the design of that mural was for the merging of our arts program from my alma mater, Emerson School for the Visual and Performing Arts,
Yes.
and our beloved West Side Theater Guild. So that mural symbolized that merger, if you will. And when individuals come in, it's well lit, it's seen, it's in the back of our physical plant. And just a combination of just new technologies and lighting and sound that really, and I forgot about this, put us pretty much at par with a lot of my counterparts, my
Above
colleagues.
par, Mark.
Well,
Look.
you know, in the Chicago market, we're very blessed to have this diamond in this gorgeous industrial environment. So
Yes.
I take it not so much for granted, but we forget sometimes, but we're very grateful,
We're very
of the upgrades. And thank you to our district and community. We love you.
Yes, and that's why I say, I guess that takes my question to you, Michael, away, because I was like, why West Side? But now I'm like, why not
Why
West Side?
not?
What were your thoughts when you came into the theater?
You know what? I was amazed at how beautiful the theater is. It's a really beautiful theater. It's a 2,200 seating auditorium.
2,000 flat, 2,000 even.
2,000?
Yeah.
Wow, it's beautiful.
Yes.
Really nice.
And we want to fill it up.
Yes, we
yes,
do.
yes. I'm truly, truly blessed. So I'm asking, please come out and support us. We would sincerely appreciate that.
So let's move on to your process.
Okay.
You write the book,
Right.
and we already talked offline about how people have a book in them and they never get to do it. Right. So this in itself was an accomplishment that you could have easily said, okay, I'm done, I did it, everybody buy the book. What pushed you on to go to the next step to bring this book to life on stage?
Well, when I wrote the book, I'm going to say I was inspired by God, because sometimes, as I share with you, I also do poetry, and sometimes what comes out of you, you just like, did I create that?
Yes.
You know, and through some of the other things I've created, people always told me how much they appreciate it. And when people read the book, I've gotten raving reviews. And it seems like it's a story that most people can relate to. There's no age limit on it.
Okay.
So what inspired me for it, well, I always thought of it being a play. I always thought of it being a play.
Okay.
I'm the type of guy, I watch movies and I always think about how it could have ended different, how I could have changed that story a little bit. So I just wanted to, we always dream within ourselves, what could we do if we try? So I just stepped out there on faith and I let God do the rest. And as a result, this is what happened.
That sounds like an amazing plan to me. Now, I always marvel at how at the West Side Theater Guild, the characters match so well the way they're cast. Mark, what was that process? Did you all work together, or did you come in saying, I want such and such to play the pastor, hands down? How did it work?
No, the director is a genius.
Oh,
that's all.
facts.
That's all. That's the truth.
No, we work really hard. And what I try to teach my students, and I think we were together recently for a forum with, you were mentioning with the young men, and what I failed to mention to them that day, of so many things I wanted to share, little nuggets, is that listening is so paramount to success. Just being quiet in the room and listening. I wanted to hear all that the playwright, the creator had to offer, background stories. So when we create characters, sometimes on the surface level you get gender, occupation, interest. But as a producer, director, I have to ask myself questions like, well, with this character, if he or she were passing by and saw a wallet on the street, would they take the contents? Would they immediately go to the authorities? Would they attempt to look for information? What are the characteristics in this individual beyond the surface? Because those extra elements and those questions we ask to the theatricians or the thespians or the artists that have to recreate these beings that we're attempting to create on behalf of the creator. We need to know these people beyond the script.
Gotcha.
So that was our process, getting the initial incident of what this man desired to have projected on screen, and then we needed to create the fullness of this individual. If they got a prank call, if they had to speak to a bill collector, how would that character envelop and respond in his or her universe? So we take that very seriously.
Well, judging by your reaction, you are very pleased, and we can't wait to see how it all comes out. When we come back, we will wrap up with Michael Woods and find out how you can be in the place to see the garage. Stay right there.
Oh, beautiful for heroes proved in liberating strife, who more than self their country loved, and mercy more than life.
It's gross. I don't really want to talk about it.
She didn't want to at first, but I mean, it's no big deal. Everybody does it.
I was ready, totally ready, because we had been practicing this dance for weeks.
He was supposed to take this girl to this dance, but
I sprained my ankle at track practice.
I hate sharing anything personal. It's so disgusting.
For the dance, I let her wear my shoes and she hated it, but I thought she looked great in them.
he could barely even walk.
I ended up taking some pills for my pain.
Yeah, they were my mom's, but
it didn't go well.
If it's not yours,
If it's not yours,
if it's not yours,
Hey you,
don't take it.
don't take it.
don't take it.
don't take it. You won't believe what happened next.
Welcome back to the final segment of A Day in the District. We've been chatting with two brilliant souls, Michael Woods, Mark Spencer, and we have been talking about his piece, The Garage, a book now coming as a play to the West Side Theater Guild. We are all about partnerships here in the Gary Community School Corporation and absolutely love our partnership with Edgewater Health. Edgewater Health is the entity that is bringing this production to West Side Theater Guild, and they will be celebrating 50 years in existence this year. I can't wait till June 1st. They have a gala coming up. Little side note, shout out to the Executive Director, CEO, Dr. Danita Johnson, who is also a member of our school board here at the Gary Community School Corporation. So, Michael, you'll find that we have all these layers and connections. Mark, that's why we don't talk about anybody, right? Because it's one degree of separation in Gary. It's like, wait a minute, that's my cousin. Wait, that was my teacher. So we're just like, no, we love everybody and we work with everybody who have children at the heart of their interests. And so now that we are almost at showtime, 2 weeks away, I want to let people know again the dates, February 22nd.
Thursday, February 22nd at 7 p.m. and Friday, February 23rd at 7 p.m.
Right here at 900 Jerry Street. There is a cost for tickets, minimal cost based on everything that's going to happen that night. Mark, you've already said we're going to have some opening acts, which we already know are amazing. Will there be some young people?
There will be young people as well. Yeah,
yes.
absolutely.
And the ticket cost is only
$25.
Wow.
And we got packages. We got a package deal. All you have to do is go to edgewaterhealth.org, edgewaterhealth.org, and all the information about the tickets you'll find right there.
And our PR team has also been backing up this promotion because it's our theater, right? And so you can go to garyschools.org. You can also give us a call over here at the district. There's a way to find this. You know what I'm envisioning, though, for you with that 2,000-seat theater of ours? I'm envisioning just church buses just coming in, loads and loads of members.
Lord.
My church, shameless plug, Trinity Baptist, just rolling through. And I would really reach and say, there may be individuals, a pastor, a minister here and there, who might be able to relate. I mean, whose faith is perfect? Raise your hand if you just always believe and you always just have no doubt. Not me. Sometimes you have to question.
Yeah.
You don't have to, but sometimes we do.
Absolutely.
And that's what this book/play is driving home.
Yep.
What was your favorite part of this process? Was it the writing, the production, what?
Well, I think my favorite part was creating.
Okay.
Yeah, the writing. It was, and then to see Mark and his cast take what I had in my head and just bring it to life. Oh my God, it's just amazing just to see it all come together.
Yeah, you know, puts me in the mind of the phenomenon that is the color purple. So with two iterations, you take Alice Walker's genius work, and then you take it to the silver screen, then you take it to Broadway, then you take it to the stage, and I mean, just everywhere, and it's like, that's not an easy task because you have folks that's not what happened in the book. That's not what, you know, and so that's what I'm excited to see because now that you have gifted me this book, this book is mine.
Absolutely.
I commit, I will have read it before I step into the theater on Thursday, the 22nd.
I'm going to test you.
Y'all will take a test and I will get straight A's like I used to back at Westside, blah, 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 years ago.
All right.
But you will also have these books on site. Talk about how that setup will work.
We will have books set up. I would love for you to come out and I would love to meet you. And I'm definitely signing your book and maybe you can share your story with me. And I know there's a story in you that I would love to help you inspire you to write your own story. So I would love to meet you. Please come out. We'll be looking for you.
Sounds good. Now, I have to warn you, though, Westside Theater Guild is international, worldwide, world-renowned.
Okay.
So there will be individuals who will lay eyes on this production today, and they don't live here. Boo for you, yay for us. But if they want to get the book online,
they can go to Amazon.com.
The Garage.
Pull up The Garage by Michael A. Woods.
Michael Andre Woods.
Yep.
How did I know that? I asked him.
Yeah.
What's the A stand for?
Smart.
Michael Andre Woods. That is amazing. Now, Mark, I have to put you on the hot seat. A lot of your productions are recorded.
Yes.
Again, you know, I always feel sorry for that one person watching that's like, oh man, I missed it.
Yeah.
Will this be recorded maybe for us to see at a later date, or will we have to invite Mr. Woods back in the cast to do it again?
Well, possibly all of the above, but what I know for sure is that for posterity's sake, we always record for homework.
I love
and
it.
the owner in this case is to my right, whatever the individual to my right decides to do in terms of using it for future use or just as a study tool or marketing for future iterations of, we will have a 3-camera shot of it and our kids will be involved. We always have the process of learning, but the end product is great so that it can be used for future endeavors.
Oh, Michael, how cool is that?
That's super cool.
And
That's
a
super
lot
cool.
of other venues, you don't get that. I'm sorry.
And I'm also honored. This is Black History Month.
Yes, it is.
Please come out and support an African American artist on Black History Month.
Got it. We are there.
God is good.
Yes, he is all the time. Lastly, can you talk about some of the characters? Do we know some of the folks who are playing the roles? Are they repeat offenders on the stage here at Westside?
What's beautiful about our program and in the community in general, I didn't really think about this. We have a company.
Yes.
It's a loose-knit company, but we have guns registered with
Yes.
the artistic state.
I love it.
You know, when I think of my friends over at the Court Theater, my friends at Impact, I say, oh my God, we've got 15, 20 guns of our own that are learned and talented. And
Bang,
yes,
bang.
yes.
I've been in a couple.
Right. You took the thunder from me. I was going to say 2 chairs over, the star of one of or 2 of our films. But Rose Simmons is one of our jewels in terms of singing and acting. Rose is a primary in this piece.
And a teacher in the district.
Yes. And a dear friend of the program, Mr. Vincent White Jr.
Oh, my.
Vincent White Jr. Mr. Diesel. He's performing in this as well. There are too many to go into.
Yeah.
But in terms of type, Vincent is like 2 of me, all muscle.
Yes.
You know, and 6 inch high, taller. These are excellent types, and they're from our region and prepared and ready to perform for the community.
Well, we are ready to see you perform for the community. You have been watching A Day in the District. Michael Woods, author of The Garage. Go ahead and get the book on Amazon. I dare you. Do your homework and get ready for Thursday, February 22nd, 7 p.m., 900 Jerry Street. Come back again on Friday, February 23rd, 7 p.m. Special thanks to Edgewater Health for your partnership, and I want to thank each and every one of you for watching another episode of A Day in the District. We'll see you next time.
WSTG.